In a scary moment as we went to commercial, Sophie Cunningham hit the floor hard and
Sophie Cunningham, oh man, I got to tell you, this victory, it came with a big price.
Look at today's game where Sophie Cunningham went out in the first half. And that was such a huge blow for the Indiana Fever because Sophie Cunningham has been somebody, she has been the glue of this team since Caitlin has been out.
Sophie Cunningham was flat out targeted by a dirty player.
I'd say there's a near 0% chance that Sophie Cunningham plays again this year, for being honest.
Just minutes ago, the WNBA was thrown into absolute chaos. A moment that looked like just another hard foul has now turned into one of the most controversial and emotional storylines of the entire season. Sophie Cunningham, the heart, the grit, the backbone of the Indiana Fever, is now at the center of a shocking injury update that could change everything. A collision, a scream, and suddenly silence across the arena. What really happened on that play? Was it just an accident or something far more serious? And how did the Fever go from complete devastation to pulling off one of the most unbelievable comebacks in WNBA history? Stay with us because this story takes a turn you won't believe.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't know what it was at first when I saw her went down. So let's break down the play where Sophie got hurt. So as you can see here, Bria Hartley is going baseline. Kelsey Mitchell is guarding her. And then Sophie comes over to help. And then Bria Hartley falls on her leg. And Sophie immediately grabs like her shin area.
They went at Sophie Cunningham early. And considering this is Bria Hartley, I'm not ruling out she jumped through her knee. Considering who it is, I'm not. Like, Bria Hartley has been ejected multiple times. She's yanked Angel by the hair. This is the Connecticut Sun. This is a team that have jumped through players' knees before.
Bria Hartley has had dirty plays all season. But you got to know who we're talking about. Bria Hartley is the same girl that pulled Angel Reese out of there by her ponytail just last game, I think 2 days ago. She pulls Becca Allen by her head to the floor, and Ariel Atkins goes over there to protect her teammate. Bria Hartley has been doing dirty things for all season. She's been a dirty player.
It all happened in seconds. Indiana Fever versus Connecticut Sun. A physical game intense from the opening tip. But then everything changed. Sophie Cunningham rotates on defense, stepping in to help. Bria Hartley drives baseline. And then impact. Hartley collides directly into Sophie's planted leg. Immediately, Sophie grabs her leg. No hesitation. No trying to walk it off. She knew. The arena knew. This wasn't just another knock for a player known for toughness, for always getting back up. This was different.
25 minutes didn't look like we had any business beating this Connecticut Sun team. For 25 minutes, we looked like the worst team on the court. Defensive rotations, Marina hitting the three, Sanaya Rivers taking it to the rim, Tina Charles, Aaliyah Edwards, out rebounding AB, Natasha Howard. But we came alive when we needed to come alive. We forced overtime. Kelsey Mitchell, back-to-back threes in OT. Lexi Hull, dagger three, putting the nail in the coffin.
I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you too. Proud of you. I'm so proud of you guys. I know that sometimes it sounds like just a word when we talk about being resilient, but it's not, man. It's how we live. It's how y'all live, and it's a tribute to you. It's a tribute to your connectedness, your togetherness, your toughness, your mindset. You never give up gritty attitudes. Like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes, and we will never be counted out, because that is worth gold. That is worth.
As Sophie remained on the floor, the energy inside the arena shifted instantly. From intensity to concern, from competition to silence. She was in visible pain, tears streaming down her face. And here's what makes this moment even more powerful. Sophie Cunningham isn't just another player. With Caitlin Clark out, she became the emotional leader, the defensive anchor, the one holding this team together. And now she was being helped off the court. That moment, it felt like the Fever's season might be over.
She was on the ground. She was crying. She was yelling. It definitely seemed like she was in a ton of pain. The training staff went over to her. They went to commercial break. Like, it was a real injury. This wasn't something, and Sophie's the type of player, a lot of times when she does get injured, she just gets right back up. She tries to walk it off. This was something that kept her down, and it was so hard to see. It is ironic because Bria Hartley has been in multiple scuffles this year with the Connecticut Sun. A lot of people would categorize her as a dirty player.
She roughs house. And Kathy Engelberg, this is why I say you wonder why there's so many goddamn injuries all over the league, because you are allowing people to play rugby and football and do UFC moves in the middle of a basketball game. In the beginning of this game, Sophie Cunningham is bringing the ball up the floor. She gets mugged, hit upside the head, knocked to the floor while dribbling the ball up the floor, 75 feet away from the rim. Do you think the refs called anything?
Both Sophie's sister, I believe, and her mother both tweeted about this play. Now, Lindsay, her sister, said, WNBA, maybe you should focus less on fining players for commenting on your poor officiating and more about hiring officials that are able to call a consistent game and protect your athletes. Pathetic. Praying for you, Sophie. And then Paula, who I think is her mom, that's what the internet is saying, she said, Hartley is a disgruntled player, having trouble everywhere she goes. She's plain mean and plays out.
But this is where things take a controversial turn, because this wasn't just any collision. Bria Hartley has already built a reputation this season. Multiple incidents, aggressive plays, questionable decisions on the court. Fans immediately started asking questions. Was this reckless? Was it avoidable? Or was it part of a bigger issue inside the league? Because throughout this game, officials had already allowed a level of physicality that many believe crossed the line. And a whistle, no control, and eventually a breaking point when you allow chaos. Injuries follow.
They've done a lot, they have done a lot of reckless things in this game that haven't led to fouls. I don't think this is, I hope this isn't reckless. I can't rule out it being reckless. I hope it's not reckless. But at the same time, the referees, there were so many situations earlier on in the game that, in fairness, that the referees were letting them away with. The referees thought, okay, yeah, let's tee up Sophie Cunningham straight away in the game, and that's gonna that's keeping the game in control. But from minute one, the Connecticut Sun, how many times have the Connecticut Sun against the Fever dove through people's knees? Multiple times this team has.
You guys brag about how physical. You guys wear it like a badge of honor. We're here to watch basketball. If we want to watch wrestling, we'll watch wrestling. If we want to watch fighting, we'll watch fighting. We're here to watch basketball. And Bria Hartley is no different than Dejanay Carrington. It's just nobody talks about it because she's on the Connecticut Sun and they suck.
And for Indiana, this couldn't have come at a worse time. Already battling injuries. Already struggling to stay in playoff contention. Now, they lose their most reliable presence on the court, but what happened next? No one saw coming. At halftime, they were down big. At one point, trailing by over 20 points. Everything pointed to one outcome: a loss. Another setback. Another chapter in a brutal season.
Sophie Cunningham was by far, as the games went along, by a landslide, the best addition we had on this roster. From her play, her shot making, her defense, the intensity she brings, the energy, her having Caitlin Clark's back and actually being willing to fight and scrap when nobody else would hold Caitlin Clark down. Sophie Cunningham said, you know what? I got you. Now she's done. The best addition we had all season.
She is playing so incredibly well during the second half of this season. She plays hard every single night. She's super tough. She doesn't make excuses. She is somebody who has really held this team together.
Instead of folding, the Indiana Fever did the impossible. They fought back, possession by possession, stop by stop. And leading the charge, Kelsey Mitchell. After a quiet first half, Mitchell exploded. 3-pointers, drives, clutch plays under pressure. She refused to let the team lose, and she wasn't alone. Odyssey, Sims stepped up. Aaliyah Boston dominated inside. Lexi Hull delivered the dagger, from a 20-point deficit to forcing overtime. This wasn't just a comeback. This was a statement. In overtime, it became Kelsey Mitchell's moment. Back-to-back threes. Total control. Ice in her veins. She scored every critical point when it mattered most. And just like that, the Indiana Fever completed one of the greatest comebacks in franchise history, from heartbreak to history, all in one night. But despite the win, one question remains. What about Sophie? Early reports suggest this could be serious.
Possibly season-ending.
And if that's true, the Fever lose more than a player. They lose their identity, her toughness, her energy, her willingness to stand up for teammates. That's not something you replace easily. Now, the entire WNBA is reacting. Fans, analysts, players, all asking the same thing. Because when players feel unsafe, when dangerous plays go unchecked, moments like this become inevitable. And now, the pressure is on the league to respond. This story isn't just about an injury. It's about resilience. It's about leadership. It's about what happens when everything falls apart and a team refuses to quit. Sophie Cunningham went down, but her team rose up. And maybe, just maybe, this moment becomes the turning point of their entire season. But one thing is certain, the WNBA will never look at this game the same way again. If you want more breaking stories like this, hit subscribe and stay tuned, because this story is far from over.